I lived in a basic shelter that I built. The weather during my 2 months was a mix of warm days with occasional thunderstorms. I was able to stay warm enough with the shelter, though, and kept a fire going for heat when I needed it. I did encounter a few animals, some smaller like squirrels, chipmunks, and birds, and some were definitely on the larger side. I saw white-tailed deer a few times, especially in the early mornings or near water sources. I also came across a moose, which was pretty wild to see. I also came across black bears, not up close, but I did find fresh tracks a few times, which definitely kept me on edge. At night, I fell asleep pretty quickly. Honestly, the darkness was a bit unnerving at first, but after a while, I just got used to it. The sounds of the forest became oddly calming, and it helped me feel grounded. Being in total silence, away from all the city noise, gave me a sense of peace. There were some moments of fear, especially in the middle of the night when the forest felt really alive with sounds. But I reminded myself that I was prepared and safe in my shelter. As for the cost, it wasn't much at all. I only spent money on the basic supplies I brought with me. Things like food for the first 2 weeks, a good knife, and a fire starter. The rest was just relying on what the land provided. It was a minimal budget, but it was enough to get me through. When I got back, I didn't just rely on finding one job position. I ended up building another company. My parents and family were definitely worried. I didn't stay in regular contact with them. I sent a brief message before heading out and told them I'd be back in 2 months. They know I was going to be off the grid, so they weren't expecting constant updates. It was hard to explain the experience to them when I returned because they didn't fully understand why I needed that time away. I didn't use my phone so no Netflix, no social media, nothing. I went completely offline.